Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. City volunteers in Guangzhou, China, help a visually impaired senior clean up her home. City volunteers in Jiangsu help an impoverished family harvest and sell strawberries to pay for medical bills. The TIMA Philippines chapter stays committed to reaching out to patients who lack access to medical care. In China, Tzu Chi volunteers in Guangzhou have been caring for a 64-year-old woman, Xiao Peilan, who's raising a disabled son. She suffers from cataracts and a stroke. For these reasons, she hasn't cleaned her home for a few years. Having assessed their situation for a few months ago, volunteers mobilized to clean their home.
Despite finding it difficult to walk, Xiao Peilan waits for the arrival of Tzu Chi volunteers in this alley. Shortly after this greeting, volunteers pay special attention to her hand injury.
肖佩兰呢，因为她行动不方便啊，那她
Xiao Peilan has difficulty walking and frequently stumbles. Her home is quite dirty, so today we came to clean. We also hope to teach her son by showing him and having him work with
教育
us.
她的小孩子啊，看到我们做，跟着我们一起做。
In the early spring, Guangzhou is quite rainy and humid. Tzu Chi volunteers are hoping to make Xiao Peilan's home more comfortable. On this particular visit this month, they want to clean every corner of her home.
As the master said, if we see something that is needed, we should do it. We help clean her house and make it more sanitary. While it is hard physical work and one gets a little dirty, which I am not used to, I feel a sense of achievement and satisfaction afterwards.
After a thorough cleaning, Tzu Chi volunteers accompany Xiao Peilan and her son for a chat. They encourage them to keep their house clean.
以後自己呢又打掃，又攞個抹嗰個布啊，擦下之嘛，啊保持乾淨，係嘛？日日要擦，好嘛？係。
Tzu Chi volunteers give a helping hand to this elderly woman and her son, giving them strength to continue forward.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers have been caring for a senior couple who originally operated a snack business. Later, the two suffered serious health issues, and their home became messy and cluttered. Learning of the situation, a group of volunteers helped clean up their home.
All kinds of debris fills his house, with the furniture and flooring covered with dust. Some 50 Tzu Chi volunteers pitch in to clean. After a great effort, the house is finally emptied.
我跟你讲好哦，时间到，阮就会到位啊，嘿，一定会来，嘿，嘿，阮较侪人来吼，大家人多力量大。
Tzu Chi is caring for Mr. Tsai's family, as he and his wife are suffering from chronic illness and were forced to give up their small business. Tzu Chi volunteers were referred to this household by a Boro chief, who also cared for them. In March alone, volunteers have repeatedly come here to clean.
看到你们这就欢喜，安尼来帮忙他们。对啦，免客气，对，身为邻居的觉得好感动哦，感恩啦，感恩啦。
Tzu Chi volunteers also move a bed in for this couple, so they no longer need to sleep on the floor. Then they also work on the electrical wiring in the house to make it safer.
I do plumbing and electrical work. If they need my expertise, I come. It's good to work with everyone together to clean up this house.
These caring volunteers are helping the Tsai family make major improvements at home. This compassion has also influenced their eldest son, who now volunteers in the evening to do recycling work.
I used to just watch TV at night, but now our life has gotten better and it's more normal. I feel that my health is even getting better.
我妈妈便宜，更较欢喜。得到一个宝。
The volunteers' help has even transformed the son of this family, and the mother's joy can be seen on her face. Their assistants have brought hope and changes to this family in need.
In China, Tzu Chi volunteers in Kunshan of Jiangsu province recently lent assistance to a care recipient who suffers from uremia. This care recipient, Liu Yiliang, sells strawberries for a living. However, Liu has to take care of his mentally disabled eldest son, and his second son recently caught a cold. Therefore, they were unable to harvest the strawberries for more than 10 days. Fortunately, Tzu Chi volunteers reached out to this family.
Liu Yiliang's 21-year-old son suffers from mental disability and epilepsy, but his father still tries to teach him everything.
有的时候洗衣服，要洗衣服啊。他要能讲话就好了，他要能讲话就基本上我就放心了。
I only want him to talk, then my burden will be reduced. I want to tell you that I can't keep on bothering the volunteers. If I can still move around, I will take care of my boys and do everything alone.
The big boy seems to know the meaning of this coin bank.
When you drop a coin, you must make a good wish.
Liu runs this strawberry farm and sells strawberries to raise his family. But his younger son, the helper, caught a cold recently and couldn't harvest the strawberries. Thus, half of them were rotten.
损失特别大，
It was a huge loss, as they could bring me several thousand renminbi, which can be very useful to me. Every time I go to the hospital for examinations, it costs me 2,000 renminbi.
Luckily, the love pours in from the public.
你今天带了多少人？8个人。
你看这个有多大？你看这么。
一个朋友的微信，听说他们家的。
I heard from a friend about their problem, and there was a charity sale of strawberries, so I came with my kids to help.
After over 10 days of sales, the public bought 350 baskets of strawberries. Tzu Chi volunteers in Kunshan have successfully helped this family get through the tough days.
Also in China, Tzu Chi volunteers in Guangzhou recently went to Luodian First Secondary School to distribute scholarships to impoverished but worthy students.
Tzu Chi volunteers came to Luodian First Secondary School to present scholarships to 153 students.
I've said thank you for years, but this moment I want to express my most sincere appreciation. I want to hug all the Tzu Chi volunteers.
Many students are faced with the stress of studying. The volunteers give students the stage and the microphone so they can express their feelings.
压力，在压力就变成什么？更有力。我相信呢，大家呢一定对自己信心十足。
All the teachers and students know that Tzu Chi volunteers support them all the way, no matter what.
In Indonesia, Tzu Chi volunteers have helped a girl pursue a college education so she can embrace a more promising future. Susi Lestari had to begin working before finishing high school since her family is impoverished. Fortunately, her father turned to Tzu Chi volunteers for help and eventually received scholarships for his daughters. Therefore, Susie is now looking forward to attend college in September of this year.
While other girls her age are studying at school, Susie Lestari is working at a mobile phone store.
Keadaannya begitu gitu loh, papa juga nggak kerja, jadi hanya tumpuan aku doang sih yang jadi tumpuan.
Dad doesn't have work, so I help support our family. Whenever I see students of my age walk by in their high school uniform, I will feel sad because I can't go to school. I also worry about how I can get a decent job without a high school degree. But the reality is our family doesn't have money.
Udah nggak bisa sekolah lagi dan udah nggak bisa kayak orang lah gitu loh. Terus mikir ntar kerja apa ya, terus nggak punya pendidikan kayak gitu sih. Pasti nggak bisa sekolah nih karena kan papa juga nggak ada uang kan. Ibaratnya kita untuk makan aja agak susah.
Susie and her sister Melissa had to quit schooling because they couldn't pay for the tuition. Their father at home tried to seek help from Tzu Chi, and shortly afterwards, They received 2 scholarships from Tzu Chi. Now the father tells others of how Tzu Chi has helped his family and asks others to donate to do good deeds.
Papa tergerak hatinya karena papa pikir, ya keluarga
My
gue
dad
udah
is touched that we received help from Tzu Chi. Although we didn't raise much money, at least it can be used to help other people. I also want to volunteer to help people.
Sebenarnya sih pengen jadi relawan gitu, pengen maksudnya bantu orang juga.
Having graduated from high school, Susie is working hard to save money, as she will be entering college in September this year. With the best wishes of the volunteers, she is now pursuing her dream with courage.
The Tzu Chi Philippines chapter began offering free medical services in 1995, inviting doctors and medical professionals to treat the poor in remote regions. They have ventured to various parts of the country, reaching those in need.
The back of this man's neck contains a large lipoma, which has been a heavy burden for his body and has also affected his appearance. Fortunately, he's able to visit this free clinic and soon say goodbye to his medical troubles.
If these doctors weren't here to remove my tumor, I would have to suffer with it for even longer. I was afraid that I would lose a lot of blood when having it removed. But the doctor said that this wouldn't be a problem.
Each free medical clinic hosted by the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter attracts people who require surgery to remove large tumors and goiters. Surgeon Robert Tsai said that after completing his medical training, his father asked him not to take the poor's money.
My grandmother had cancer of the tongue, and there wasn't any money to treat her. So my father told me that I couldn't accept money from poor patients. And after I finished medical school, I should help the poor without taking their money.
Becoming a doctor didn't make Dr. Tsai rich, but brought him spiritual wealth instead. When asked how he supports himself, he says he's part of a very wealthy overseas Chinese family, which is involved in the shipping business. The family simply shares everything.
This is a credit of our parents because if a family is meant to be together, and if there is a business, then it should be done as a family.
Senior physicians attract new recruits to this volunteer service. This internal medicine Dr. Shu Feng hasn't missed a free clinic in more than 2 years.
Beginning in 2014, every Friday, I would go to the free clinic center and see patients who were very happy after they had been treated. They would repeatedly thank us. Many of them wouldn't otherwise have a chance to visit a clinic.
TIMA has been operating in the Philippines since April 1995. Gradually, the size of its free clinics has grown, serving thousands of ill patients each year. A variety of specialties offered by physicians, along with the medical equipment, is becoming more and more complete, much like a mobile hospital. This service regularly attracts a large crowd because TIMA is known for being safe and free of charge.
I heard there's a free clinic on a radio program, so I got up early in the morning to line up to see the doctor.
We went out to these poor communities to distribute flyers. When they hear about the Tzu Chi clinic, they all come because they know our doctors are the best and our medicine is effective. They also know that if we can't treat them today, we will follow up and schedule surgery in the hospital.
This is LED light.
Soon the new eye center will be completed, offering the latest ophthalmic surgical devices that will improve the fate of poor patients who have been suffering from poor vision.
Myanmar, after serious flooding last year, city volunteers went to Shunaguin village of the Taiki township to distribute seeds. In late March, the village held its second gathering for donations, where 90 households came together to donate 96.4 kilograms of rice.
This is Da Tan Tan Naing. She is a happy mother in a house of 7. Twice a day, she can be found washing rice. But for more than 3 months now, there is something else that she has done without fail.
My heart is full of blessings. I pray that this handful of rice will help someone who is in need.
Her husband, U San Ten, was a recipient of seeds during a distribution held by Tzu Chi on December 19, 2015. Since then, he has been promoting rice donations at home and in his community.
Saving just a bit of rice a day helps me cultivate right thinking. I really admire the great love of Master Zheng Yan. I strive to study that love, so I go door to door to persuade others to join me.
Shui Naguin village has a total of 104 households. Among those, 64 only earn income by working odd jobs, and therefore never received any seeds from Tzu Chi. To encourage these families, U San Ten uses his own money to buy containers for donation, which he has distributed throughout his community, as he explains the value of Tzu Chi's charity drive. Given 20 days, residents are able to fill their containers. This is the second gathering of the village for making donations. Thanks to everyone's dedication, 90 families today are able to donate 96.4 kilograms of rice, which is enough to ensure that one family of 5 will stay fed for 36 days.
Next, we meet a recycling volunteer who started living a more fulfilling and meaningful life since he joined his wife in practicing environmental conservation. Zhou Wuji lost the strength on the left side of his body since he had a stroke 22 years ago. Since then, he had been sitting around at home, not knowing what to do with his time. With the encouragement of his wife, who has been a Tzu Chi recycling volunteer for more than 10 years, Zhou started helping out at a Tzu Chi recycling station, and thereby found a new purpose in life. In Banqiao of New Taipei City, Liu Qiuju has been volunteering at Tzu Chi Yuming recycling station for more than 10 years.
We are running out of time. We'd be buried in garbage if we do not do something, so I must come and do this.
Liu is unique, not due to her appearance or eloquence, but because she has a recycling assistant. He is Liu's husband, Zhou Wuji.
I had a stroke 22 years ago. I did not do much at home but watching TV. I watched TV till I fell asleep. Since my wife has been volunteering, I joined her.
My husband has been ill for more than 20 years and he cannot move his left hand. He sat around at home doing nothing, so I told him, why don't we practice recycling?
Although recycling may seem to be what this stroke sufferer does to kill time, Zhou actually has his own perspective on environmental conservation, which inspired him to help out at the recycling station, despite his lack of strength on his left body.
If we don't recycle the plastic bottles, what will happen to these materials that never decompose? Then the earth will be in trouble. What will happen to Taiwanese? We have to do something for the sake of the next generation.
They volunteer very mindfully, so I think they are our recycling bodhisattvas. I feel great seeing them.
This husband and wife pair, with their simple yet firm resolve to conserve resources, has become some of the most valued volunteers at Tzu Chi Yuming recycling station. In an effort to teach children about recycling, parents and teachers at Zhiqing Elementary School in Taipei have organized games and activities to teach important lessons in a fun way.
As soon as they hear start, these children take off. But this isn't your average race. These students are also learning about sorting recyclables as they compete against the other teams. Here at Zhiqing Elementary School, teachers have combined learning about recycling and environmental awareness with games and activities to stimulate the children. Today is a day of activities to put that awareness into practice.
就是学到了要把这个放在这边，要把这个放在这边。有一些餐具就是要丢到一般垃圾里面，然后彩色笔也是一般垃圾嘛。彩色笔，对啊，就是学到很多。
当然这个我们 Of course, we want them to have fun, but we also want to teach them properly. It's important that while they are children, classes help them develop an awareness about environmental protection.
Since sitting in a classroom all day talking about environmental protection would be boring for students, teachers have cooperated with parents to offer them activities like the ones today. Teachers hope students will take away some important lessons after the fun is over.
In their daily lives, there will be so many occasions that they will need to know how to sort and recycle, but they may not have much of this experience at school. We hope activities like the team relay will really help them remember how to do the sorting in the future.
In addition to the recycling competition, there are also group puzzles, where students will put together images of ocean animals. After the puzzles are complete, the teachers will explain how regular recycling can positively affect the natural environment and help to protect the different animals. Hopefully, the children will cherish the lesson.
你们以后会更爱地球，更爱环境。
With the help from Tzu Chi New Jersey chapter, the Tzu Chi Philadelphia Liaison Office was able to host a blessing ceremony in the city of brotherly love. As participants learned about Tzu Chi's missions over the last 50 years, many were inspired to adopt a bamboo coin bank.
At this Tzu Chi blessing ceremony in Philadelphia, members of the public are invited to participate in Tzu Chi's activities.
On Monday, we have English class. On Wednesday and Thursday, we have cooking class. Please come join us at your convenience.
In celebration of the Buddhist Charity's 50th anniversary, participants are shown footages of Tzu Chi's work over the year.
Every time I saw how volunteers lend their assistance to others on Daai TV, I wish I can one day volunteer like them too.
Though not everyone is acquainted with one another, they offer their sincere prayer in unity. Here in the city of brotherly love, many have adopted Tzu Chi's bamboo coin banks.
Whenever I want to help someone, I make a donation to my coin bank. And through Tzu Chi, I can reach more people, so I think this is very meaningful.
Accumulating knowledge is easy, but putting it to practice is difficult. We have learned about the importance of helping others and sharing our love, but how do we actualize them in our daily life? I think that is something that we young people need to work on.
Everyone has a compassionate heart. By uniting their love as one, taking action to make a difference becomes a lot easier.
In the United States, Tzu Chi volunteers in Orange County, California, hold 3 free clinics in Santa Ana every year. At the most recent free clinic, a total of 24 TIMA members and 132 volunteers provided a variety of services to low-income families and those without health insurance. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.